Start recording. There we go. Say something.
Press the button. I am.
Yeah, there we go. It says something.
I'm saying the thing.
I did the thing. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Is all good?
Yeah. I don't know. It's alright. It's getting off to be a month this month, so I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Sure, okay. Cool.
Where are we now? It's May. What's that? The fifth month? Yeah.
Yeah.
March, April, May. Fuck. 5 months into 2025.
We're basically halfway through.
Don't fucking say that.
Well, we are.
Yeah, but don't say it, man.
Are there any zombies out there?
That would improve matters.
Don't say that. What? The Z word. Why? Because it sounds ridiculous. Yeah, but are there, though?
Shaun of the Dead, that, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, just making sure. Right, are we going to try doing a doodly thing whilst we talk?
Yeah, we were going to do a draw off.
We were going to do
in ages.
Yeah, I've got my.
I've got all my pens and things.
Right, so what do you want to?
Pens and things in it.
So you're going old school, and I'm doing.
I always go old school. I'm doing it digital. Doing 7 hours.
Digital shit. Right.
Digamatar.
Random word.
Iron Man. Let's do Iron Man.
What, you want to do Iron Man?
Yeah, why not?
All right, fine. That saves me looking anything
Iron
up.
Man. I thought about it earlier, and I was like, "Oh, that'd be a fun one to do."
Okay, Iron Man. I'm going to do it from memory.
Yeah, same. I'm not going to look it up. I know I've got a screen full of information in front of me, but that's not the point, is it? Drawing.
I know. Busman's holiday, this.
We should talk about things while we do it, right?
Yeah, multitasking, because
Probably just stop and just.
Because I'm fucking good at that.
Yeah, right. And that's how you were like, owl turd, what? I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Shit, I'm going to be laughing about that now.
Oh, God.
I know, my mum constantly mocks me about that. Like you said, did you see that thing there? Is it, what thing? That thing that's right in front of you.
That's right, running.
It's like, how are you a fucking artist when you don't... Isn't your job like observation?
Nope. Kind of not, though, is it? Like, when we... Because, like, anyway, your comics and stuff, it's actually the opposite.
Yeah, it's making shit
it's
up.
It's a way of shutting out the fucking world, not seeing it. I don't want to see it.
Oh, God, I need reference.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
a red robot thing with a...
No, yeah, but
I'm... as much as I'm going with.
I'm doing something slightly different.
Okay. Is it going to have boobs?
No. Well, it wasn't going to, but it is now.
It is now.
There we go. That's what I fucking wanted. No, I'm not going to make it into a fucking chick. Marvel tried that and bombed. No, it was actually...
Yeah, did Ironheart, didn't they? That's right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's apparently been made.
There you go. Just as the old thing, didn't I? I forgot about that.
That's the thing. It's apparently been made, but they haven't released it.
Oh, God. Oh, really?
Yeah.
They actually make the film and then, like, oh, Jesus. That's like that Batgirl movie.
Yeah.
It's so bad they went, nah.
Well, they say it. They
can't
say
actually show this to anybody.
They say it's so bad. I mean, Warner Brothers, in the state that it was just writing off stuff for tax purposes because they had no fucking money. So we don't actually know if it was bad or not. There's a possibility that Batgirl might have actually been a halfway decent movie. At least like the Michael Keaton bits.
I don't believe you.
Well, in the same way that The Flash was only good because it had, like, Michael Keaton.
It's so true, though, isn't it? It's like, it's the only things I can remember about it.
Would you have gone to see The Flash if Michael Keaton had been in it? No.
I didn't go to see it. I got it on DVD.
Yeah, actually, that's the same with me. So
I was like, I'll wait till DVD.
Yeah, and I'm glad it did. I mean...
Yeah, alright, but I haven't gone back. This is what I keep finding. I don't go back.
No.
Even to stuff I thought was alright at the time. Like, yeah, I kind of enjoyed that. Yeah, it was alright. Yeah. And then I never watch it again. And I have no desire to. Like I've got stuff on my shelves that I look at and go, nah.
I keep going back to the good shit. Why?
For me, it's the depth, right? Because, like, I don't know about you, but when I'm looking at a film on a shelf and I'm thinking about whether I want to watch it, I kind of run it quickly through in my head. I'm just like, you just kind of, because you're like, oh, yeah, no, that happens. Yeah. Do I want to? Yeah, okay. But what I find with like modern movies is that's it, though. Like, what you remember of the plot, that's it. There was nothing else.
It's all filler. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's just plot. Like, all they talk about is the plot, and all that happens is the plot. There's no character, there's no depth, there's no subtext.
I fucking wish there was plot.
Metaphor. No, there is. It's just events happening. Like, as far as, is what you define as
connecting the dots.
It's just stuff happening one after the other. There's literally that, but there's nothing else. And all the characters talk about that. They just talk about, like, what they're going to do next and why they just did the thing they did. It's like, oh, well, we've just defeated this baddie, so now we have to go up the mountain and get the crystals so that we can fight the other guy. And you're like, yeah, okay, cool, but is this actually about anything? In that way that Jaws isn't about a shark and Aliens isn't about soldiers fighting monsters.
Oh, God, Jaws is so much about... It's nothing to do with the fucking shark. Jaws has...
No, right, like... but that's it. It's like no one knows that anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, the
like
shark's
Hollywood...
not even fucking in it.
Yeah, but like Hollywood and the people and all these people who are, rate these movies don't know that, Phil. They think Jaws is about a shark and they think Aliens is about a bunch of soldiers who fight bugs on another planet.
I mean, Jaws is the hilarious bit because they think, like, people say, oh, it's about a shark. There's no fucking shark in it. You don't see a shark. There's the threat of the shark, but it's on screen for like 5 seconds. That's all.
Yeah, there's the threat of a shark, which is, there's a lot to be, there's a lot to write about with, like, Jaws. Especially with like when it was made and what it's about. It's you're like, hey, this was made in the middle of the Vietnam War, and it's kind of about like the problems with power hierarchies and power structures and the way that they sacrifice people. Yeah, right.
Even I didn't get that. I mean, I was looking at it as a character piece.
But this is what I mean. Movies like that, you can just keep going, right? You can just keep going and finding more and more depth. That's why people go back to them. That's why you can still watch Jaws now, because there's a million things to pull out of it. Movies now, what you see is what you get. That was it. There is nothing below what was on the screen and the surface level. It's not about anything.
Yeah,
and that's why you never go back to them.
Well, yeah, this is going back to what you were saying about looking at stuff on the shelf. You'll look at one of these covers for one of these modern movies, and you'll be able to summarize absolutely everything about it in your head just by looking at it.
It's literally like, oh yeah, no, I remember what happened in that. I'd never need to watch it again.
Why bother?
Yeah.
When you can go and watch something really good.
Yeah, that's about stuff. Makes you think about things. Stays with you for years afterwards.
Yeah, to the point where you do want to go and rewatch it, just to relive what you saw. I want to watch Jaws now.
I was in it's in Waitrose, and Waitrose has got like probably one of the biggest like magazine sections I've seen anywhere in years, and they had fucking Empire. I didn't even know Empire was still going.
No, it's still going.
Whatever it was, 50 years of Jaws. They had a big thing on it.
Oh God!
Like wow, yeah, but so cool.
They're still pining over these. Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's worth pining over, but it's just like there's nothing else to wheel out. Yeah, but that's the point.
Nothing else comes out. There is nothing else. Like, why is there to talk about?
Well, we're talking about it now.
Yeah, exactly. We're not talking about anything new, are we?
What did I go and see? Oh, yeah, I went and saw a movie. I did actually.
You went to see a film?
I went to see a film.
An actual, like, new film?
Yeah.
In a cinema?
Yeah. It was called Sinners.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say anything about it unless you ask me to, because it's one of those things.
Who's in it?
No one that I know.
Oh, that's probably a good thing for a start.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but it's.
All right.
Yeah.
Was it good? It was good. Was it good? You just undermined everything we've just said. Was it actually good?
Was it actually good?
Would you ever watch it again?
Would I watch it again? I don't know.
That's the one. Yeah, there you go, see.
Yeah, I don't know, because it feels like at least one or two movies that have already I've already seen.
Shocker.
I mean, I did enjoy it. I was never bored. There's actually been a couple of occasions where I've been at the theatre and I've very nearly fallen asleep. And that never fucking happened. That's something that never used to happen to me.
No, the only films that I've ever come close to was like, what's that Harry Potter film?
Oh, one of the later ones.
Yeah.
Like, is it the one they broke into like 2 parts?
No, that's all right.
That was
Because
like the
stuff
last.
actually happens in that. It's the one before that, the one where Dumbledore dies.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I actually remember checking my watch.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's been a couple of movies like that in the past, but god damn, I could, like, those movies where I used to check the watch, or I used to just sort of, is it over yet? I would probably quite happily go back and watch one of those, rather than the crap that gets peddled now.
God, don't. 2 old men shouting at clouds.
No, I'll tell you what, the good barometer, I really have to go back and watch, like, Transformers 2 and Dark of the Moon. Like Dark of the Moon, the third. I think that was the third.
Oh, if they're good, like you mean?
Yeah. If I go back and I watch those and I just think, yeah, I'm quite happy to see these, I'll know that something is wrong with modern cinema.
Oh yeah.
Because like Dark of the Moon, that made me.
I can tell you, I've rewatched them and didn't hate them.
Right. Oh shit. Because I mean, when I first watched Dark of the Moon. The only reason I went to see Dark of the Moon was I thought, no, this can't be worse than Transformers 2. It can't possibly be worse than Transformers 2.
Even the people who made Transformers 2 admit that was a shit show.
And I just felt that, this hasn't redeemed the franchise at all, or Michael Bay. So I swore off Michael Bay.
Well, yeah, a few things can redeem Michael Bay.
I blacklisted all Michael Bay films after that, like to the point where, the Pirates...
Yeah, but The Rock, though.
Yeah, but The Rock predated that, and the only reason that was good was because Sean Connery insisted they had a different writer. Even
a stop cocktail's the right time twice a day.
But yeah, like even the pirate Amazon. Oh no, it wasn't Amazon. But did you ever watch Black Sails?
No.
It's a really good series about pirates, basically. But
I know it.
But Michael Bay was an executive producer on it, and I made a point of not watching that for years simply because of his connection to it.
Yeah.
I was that offended by Dark of the Moon, and I really want to go back and watch Dark of the Moon just to see. Right, okay, modern stuff isn't as bad as that, or if we have actually come to a point where we have improved things, which I know.
Probably, yeah. Well, I've got a feeling that like. Yeah, you're probably going to watch them and actually enjoy them because stuff happens.
That's the thing.
My problem with like a lot of this stuff now is it's so fucking boring.
Yeah, God
and
damn.
you're there going, God, I'll take Michael Bay and it's complete bullshittery because at least something's going on. And that's what I find. I went back and watched the original first 2 Transformers movies and I enjoyed them because I was like, man, there's some shit happening here. I'm like, I don't care if it's good. There's just a load of shit going on. People saying stuff you cannot say and doing amazing shit, blowing stuff up, and fuck me, this is great. Modern films are so boring. Everything's so fucking safe now. It's so dull.
It's less because it's safe and more because it's formulaic. Like, now we will have the action scene, which will drag on for 20 minutes. It's like, fuck off. I don't want to watch another...
And the irony is that we're probably, like, Bay spawned all this. Like, the Transformers movies made this happen. This is Hollywood interpreting that. Like, Marvel, all of it was just, like, them going, these are the most, like...
Financially
successful movies ever made. Let's just kind of do that.
Yeah, I mean, half the reason why I hated Dark of the Moon was because the last quarter of that film just seemed to be a fight sequence between CG robots. Yeah, and like I swear to God, when I was watching this in the cinema for the first time, suddenly the bad guy's head was gone. And I had no memory of how he had lost it.
Did you just black out?
My brain had just completely tuned out. So it's just like, oh, right, his head's gone. And then the movie ended, and I was very glad, and then went home.
I have to watch it now. I can't remember anything about it.
This is the thing. It's just you have these extended action sequences just because, oh yeah, we have to have the action sequence. But when you go back and watch like classic 80s action things, the action doesn't drag on. Go watch Die Hard. There's action in it, yeah, but 90% of the time it's characters talking and creeping
I've watched
around.
some brilliant like Michael Bay like sort of video essays and breakdowns, and there's one where I'll have to find it for you, but the guy like goes, yeah, Michael Bay, like he just takes stuff and then turns it up to 11, and there's this whole sequence in like Pearl Harbor, and the guy who does the video gets it and puts it basically side by side with the bit where they're escaping the Death Star in New Hope.
Oh yeah,
and it's shot for shot, but it's like, but he does it more. It's like every shot is tighter, every explosion is bigger, every camera move has another camera move on top of it. And the guy's like, yeah, because he sees this, goes, it's good, but you know what'll be better? Like, just turn it up more. It's like everything's just louder, it's just bigger, and it's like it's shot for shot the battle with the Millennium Falcon.
Well, what's that turn
and you're
of
like, wow.
What's that turn of phrase? Is it like good artists borrow, great artists steal, or some bullshit like that?
Yes, it is. I can't remember who originally said it. It's somebody insanely famous.
I'll look it up later.
Who originally said it? I know Banksy quoted it, and I know also it's saying Pablo Picasso, but I'm not sure it is.
Actually, yeah, that rings
further than that. But yeah,
he certainly quoted it. That rings a bell now. I'm sure he actually quoted it at some point.
I heard John Lennon was the first time I heard it. Everybody does it, which is ironic because that's what the quote's about.
If Picasso didn't come up with the quote, he certainly quoted it himself.
Stole it. Because great artists steal.
So I mean, it's. I can actually boil this down to the concept of tracing. Like, as far as I'm...
we back to this. Oh, my God. Well, do we want to talk about those comments? Because that hurt me.
I'm not going to touch on it too much, but it's...
Because the fans might be listening to this and they'll be very upset. I'll move away from it.
But, like, tracing is wrong. Tracing, you don't learn anything from tracing. It's just copying. Emulation, you learn something. Which is why this whole Michael Bay situation, where if he did indeed sort of basically rip off Star Wars, he did so in a way that was emulating rather than just tracing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, yeah.
So to me, that's acceptable, basically. And as of just
I'm not having a go at him for doing it. Like it was just more interesting than anything. Yeah, because loads of directors and movie makers and stuff do that. Like homages to things and references to other shots.
Well, that's half the fun.
Recreating stuff.
That's half the fun, is where they make
when they
rip
little themselves off. I find is deeply amusing. There's a shot in Hannibal that was directed by Ridley Scott. And he takes it. There's an exact replica of a shot from Alien in it. It amuses me deeply. I'm like, there's no way you didn't do that on purpose. That's really, really cool.
My favorite one is from the I think it was the Wolfman, not the most recent one, but there was one with Benicio del Toro. What's his name? I think it was Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Yeah, it had Anthony Hopkins in it.
I was about to say it's Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, he's.
No, was it Anthony Hopkins or was it Jack Nicholson?
No, it was Anthony. No, that was
Jack Nicholson did Wolf.
That was Wolf. Yeah, it was Anthony Hopkins in the Benicio del Toro one. But that movie was directed by the same guy that did American Werewolf in London, if memory serves. Yeah. And there's a scene in that in Victorian London, which he made to be specifically a shot-for-shot Victorian remake.
Landis.
Yeah. It was a shot-for-shot remake of the the double-decker bus scene in American Werewolf in London, but just ported over to Victorian London. And
Brilliant.
It's fucking amazing. it's just, yes, that was genius. Because if you know, you know. If you don't, it's just an action scene.
Yeah.
But it's just like, this is American Werewolf in London. What the fuck? Just in Victorian London.
I like to rip off yourself. That's fine. Oh my god, I need to draw faster. We're nearly at the half an hour. I'm still on the torso.
Are you not done yet?
No, Phil, because I don't do 4 lines and call it a picture.
Did I just get called out? I'm a real artist.
Try to fucking ink it. Shut up. Oh, Jesus.
It's fucking lovely. I don't do 4 lines and call it a picture. You prick.
It's only because you've been saying to me recently, I need to spend longer on my drawings. I just weaponized your own things against you.
Oh shit, I
Your
can't
own
fucking
fucking
see you, bastard.
Come on, I'm catching you up now.
I've literally,
Your eyes are
oh
bleeding.
shit, I've literally got tears in my fucking glasses now, you bastard. Oh god.
Look at me, I've done 6 lines and everybody's like 1,000 people are gonna like it. Oh yeah, brilliant, great. 6 lines and a pair of tits. Brilliant.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
I didn't expect it would just undo you. No. Oh dear.
Oh.
My head's hurting. Oh, this was the best idea ever.
We got to do this again. Yeah, this is fucking amazing.
Oh, Jesus. Did we discuss the Crooked Man?
I don't think you liked it.
Don't know. I'm still trying to process it.
I got to rewatch it because I got to the end of it and I thought I liked it. Not to this.
Yeah, but you don't have to listen to me. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I say I thought I liked it because I mean I've only seen it once, and as with modern movies, I haven't gone back to it again yet.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if that rule applies. I really need to sort of go back and rewatch
I don't know
it.
if it works if you have to make yourself do it.
Well, no, I've been meaning to go back and have a look at it.
Prove the point. No, it was good. Look, I've watched it more than once. Look. I don't know. I found myself checking my phone at one point, so I don't think that's necessarily good.
Yeah, if the movie's actually running whilst you're checking it, that's yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hate it. I just think it was. I think there was a lot of stuff that they could have done better. Like for me, like having him already know about his mother and all that kind of stuff just undermined all of that.
Oh yeah, I'd
Like it
completely
would have been
forgotten they went into
so
that.
much more interesting if he didn't know, and he found out when we found out, like, because they spent all the money on teleporting him into that other realm where he sees the devil, making the deal with the witch who's his mum and all that stuff. So they'd spent them time and money on it, but we already knew, like, and Hellboy already knows, and he's just like, okay, cool, whatever, And it was weird because it was obviously made by people who really like the subject material and really, wanted to do it justice. And you're there going, okay, yeah, cool, but he didn't find that stuff out until he was way, way older.
Yeah. I mean,
and it would have been really interesting to go on that journey with him, because that kind of stuff is really good with characters. If you find out the stuff they're finding out while they're finding it out, if he has like a complete misunderstanding of who he is, and then through the course of the story that all gets flipped on its head, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, and you get invested in the character and it goes places. But it was like, yeah, my mum was a witch and she made a deal with the devil, and that's how I came to be. And then we got to see it later, and it was like, yeah, okay, cool. There's just stuff like that where I'm just like, I didn't like how cynical he was at the age he is. He's only like in his 20s or something. It's like, come on, like, go somewhere interesting with the character, because like you've got the option to, you've got the chance to do some really interesting stuff here.
My question is, what did that actually add to the task at hand?
Yeah, well, that's the point. Right?
It didn't.
That is that, yeah. So either don't put it in or change what you're doing with it to make it relevant. Like if they changed it so that he didn't know, because there is all that stuff in the comics where he doesn't know. He doesn't know who.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
And I always
find
found that really like that when you're reading it. When I read it as a kid, when it first came out, like that really hooks you in, because like I remember reading Wake the Devil. And he's fighting Hecate or whatever, the Medusa snake woman thing. Yeah, and she's like throwing all this shit at him because all the monsters know who he is, because he's mythological to them. He's the Antichrist. They all know who he is. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're on about, lady. And it was just so interesting to be like, how does he not know what they're talking about? And why doesn't he know? And what are these characters referring to when they're talking to him? It's intriguing, and it pulls you in, and you get invested in it. So just do that stuff. It's interesting.
Well, it's just if you're putting a story element in there, it has to add something to the story at hand. Otherwise, there's no point to it.
Yeah, that's the point. The point.
Yeah, whether you like the Del Toro Hellboy movies or not, you can't deny that everything in those movies is related.
Very good. They are very good movies.
So. Everything in the movies is related to the plot within the movie. It doesn't just go off on random tangents or anything.
No.
I mean, they introduce Johann Kraus in the second one, but they don't go into great detail about his origins or anything because it's completely irrelevant to the plot.
Yeah.
He shows up. He's just he shows up. He's essentially just another freak show working for the BPRT, and you just accept it. You don't need to know anything else because it's not relevant to the story they're telling there and then.
No,
that's how you tell a fucking story. And
right.
And like the other Hellboy film with David Harbour in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved that, but there's so many fucking. It's such a mess of a film, that one.
It really is. It's just the greatest hits. Like,
yeah, I love it because of that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
because
I love
of
it
that.
because I've read the comics and kind of get it, and I'm like, I can just watch this and enjoy the world that it exists in.
But it's a fucking awful film.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
So, yeah, Crooked Man sort of suffers a little bit from that, I seem to recall, but not as much as the David Harbour one.
No.
I felt it told its story better. Whether it's a good story or not, I'll have to actually go back and have another look, because it's probably been about a year since I've seen it.
I felt it went on a bit. that was one of my things. I was like, this is still going.
Yeah, I mean, I gave
3 endings and it keeps going.
I gave it a bit of leeway because it felt like a
it's like a really good fan film.
Yeah, it felt like a budget film.
Yeah, it is. It didn't have much money.
I mean, I didn't mind the guy that played him. But,
no, it was all right.
I mean, there's only so much you can do. It's probably best to look at it like it is like an in-universe monster movie. So it's like the kind of movie which Hellboy himself would watch. Like, oh, this is based on me, is it?
Yeah.
You know how you had like the lobster showed up in B movies and
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sort of thinking of it like that.
I mean, they did do some stuff right, I mean, it sounds like we're being really harsh on it, but like there was stuff that they did really well that I've wanted them to do in the movies for so long. Like the fact that, he turns up in this little Hicksville town and no one bats a fucking eye, and they're just like, oh yeah, you're the guy from like People magazine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that. Like they finally got that. They got away from the monster that's secret, that's hidden in the base of the FBI, and nobody knows who or what he is, and there's all these like conspiracy theories online about what Hellboy is and all these weird photographs, and it's like, no, everybody in the world knows who he is. He's a fucking celebrity. He's like goddamn Iron Man. No one gives a shit. And they finally did that, and it's like, oh, thank God, we've got away from that Hollywood idea of monster movies. It's like, because that's not what he is, and that's what was so interesting about one of the things that was so interesting about the comics, reading it, is like it didn't go into any of that. Didn't care. Doesn't matter. It's got nothing to do with it. The world just accepts him because that's what he is.
Well, you got to think of the world of Hellboy as more of an alternate universe thing. Like monsters, the occult, ghosts, all that kind of shit is generally accepted by the public in the Hellboy comics, which really comes into play in the later comics as it builds up to its ending. But they never do that in the films.
No, too much. Can't deal with it. Cool, I think I'm okay with this. I've got sort of a top half.
All right.
I was going to do legs and stuff, but I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
You went full Tony Stark.
I did. I just went like...
That's the thing. We each went our own different way with the thing.
I know that's what I want to do with this, because it's fun enough. I just wanted to see what I'd love your take. And of course you did that version of it. Oh my God, that makes so much sense. That's really fucking cool.
Gotta go fucking retro with it, man.
I love it. It's really nice.
Iron Man's like the most retro of the Marvel heroes and all that. Well, aside from maybe Captain America, but just I love the retro design of it. I wish we'd seen more
we'll do
of
Captain America next week.
Sorry?
Definitely. We'll do Cap next week.
Okay. Go through the whole Marvel.
Why not?